New Dracthyr starting quests and unique dialogue for your class choices. You guys know we're getting new Dracthyr class combinations. Yes, the Dracthyr have finally assimilated into Azeroth, and they're going to get a lot of new things in their starting quest lines because originally it was only built for Evokers. Now, when Emberthal shows up, she'll give you some unique quest text based on basically whatever class you have chosen to be part of. So here are some of them. You have, look at this one you got for the Warlock. You have learned to call in beings and power from beyond Azeroth. Our creator was also well versed in the dark arts. Do not fall as he did. Well, as a warlock, you know, you're going to be falling many times. Mages get a cool little mastery of the arcane is not limited to the blue dragonflight. Your magic will show how accomplished we Dracthyr can be. And then a little rogue one here. Hunter, priest, you know, these are all previewed here. You guys can check these out. I'm not going to read every single one. But cool little quest text on the side for a lot of the Dracthyr coming out. And if you are a Dracthyr, you're still going to have the unique ability to double jump. That's right, Dracthyr will be the only class that can double jump still and be a mage or rogue or whatever it is. So there's going to be some really unique combinations here where, especially in PvP, you'll be double jumping all over the place as a rogue or as a, you know, as a mage. Maybe imagine being a warrior and being able to double jump around. That's more mobile than most warriors, so that's pretty cool. So giving the Dracthyr the ability to still do that, honestly, I think was a pretty good idea from Blizzard, and a nice little addition, side note there for the Dracthyr. Hey guys, I got to interrupt this news segment to bring you an important message from today's sponsor. Do you have phones? Well, if you do, Awesome can help you out. You see, they have a remote client that allows you to log into your computer and play it from your phone. What that means is you can essentially play WoW, run your dailies, and do all kinds of stuff in the game using this app. It's really easy to use. Just click my link below to download the PC and the phone app and connect them, and you're in. The free version is great as it allows you to control your desktop, but the real deal is the game version. With this version, you get custom keyboards for games like WoW, great FPS, and sound. Use my code Samiccus to get 7 days completely free, only for the first 200 people. With the ability to remote in through your computer and an expansion just around the corner, you could even log in to bypass those long queue times. You could even use a special plug to remotely turn your PC on and off, and there's often hot sales with up to 40% off the Pro and Game versions. Check out Awesome today. Blizzard lowered the amount of delves that we're going to have to do for our vault, so this is really cool. For slot 1, it was 3. Now you're only going to have to fill out 2. For 2, it was 6, now 4, and for the last slot, it was 12, now 8. So the amount of delves we're going to have to do has been dropped in order to fill out our vault slots. This is going to be a big thing for delves. The ability to fill out vault slots and get up to rank 8, which will give you heroic level raid gear, that's a big deal. That's a big deal, and I think delves are going to be a really nice addition to the game. So far, I think they've been pretty fun. I've only done it a couple times, but for this season, I think it'll be a nice break from the grinds that can be Mythic Plus and raiding. So there you go. Blizzard dropped the number of delves required to fill out your vault slots. New anniversary titles are coming. These are some of the hidden things from Anniversary. We're going to talk about the mounts that are coming, because there are quite a few now, and some of the titles you can get. So if you didn't know, there is this whole like basically event going down in the Anniversary event that's kind of a quiz thing where you can do these quizzes on some of the previous events that have gone down in World of Warcraft, and some of those quizzes will give you titles if you get them right. So we see different titles like Molten Core Prospector, Karazhan Graduate, Detective, Grizzly Hills Hiker, Plagueland Survivor, Classic Enthusiast, Outland Enthusiast, Northland, Cataclysm all these Draenor, Broken Isles Enthusiast, Zuldazar. So all these enthusiast titles for all the different zones and things that have come out, expansions of the past as well. So this is pretty cool. Again, you can get these things by doing the, what is this? I forgot what this little side event is called. It's a little quiz thing that you can do, and pretty cool little titles that you can grab from the event itself. We're also getting mounts on top of mounts. Now, we talked about the big Phoenix Boy mount. It's a blue Phoenix that we're going to be able to get, but there's also remakes of classic-looking mounts that we're going to be getting, basically up-res versions of these old mounts, and these are new mounts added to the game, so they are not replacing the old mounts, but instead kind of coming in as a complement to those old mounts. So we have the Enchanted Spellweaver's Carpet, a really cool purple version of your typical flying magic carpet, a nice little, you know, addition to the flying carpets that we can get in the game right now. We also see the Frey Feather Hippogriff, which is a remake of the old Majestic Hippogriff that we've seen before. And this one is, again, a slightly up-res version. This one kind of still looks down-res, to be honest with you. And then last, but certainly not least, and probably the most popular one, the Amani Hunting Bear, which is a remake kind of the Amani War Bear. I'm sure this is going to be one that a lot of people want. We'll just look at the image here since it's not loading. But again, an up-res version. You see the little heads hanging there. This is a classic mount that a lot of people have always wanted to get in the game. The bear does look very cool, and this is one I'm sure that's going to be very popular for a lot of people. We got the motorcycle mounts as well coming in patch 11.0.5, so this is going to be cool. We see 2 returning motorcycles. These are, popular motorcycles from the past. They were listed as part of this promotion, so there we go. We get the Fell Cycle, which is the nice green. Oh man, this thing looks great, I'm not gonna lie. So you can get the Fell Cycle, or you can go ahead and get the Hate Forged Blaze Cycle, as they call it, which is a basically red variant of the one we just looked at. Really cool. These are 2 mounts that we didn't even talk about before that are also showing up as part of the anniversary event. So now you've got these, plus the last 3 we talked about, plus the Frozen Phoenix Boy. So there's a lot of mounts you're going to be able. How do you get it? It's probably going to be purchased with the currency. I don't see anything here. The 3rd purple model. Yeah, there's nothing yet. The source, it's just part of the world event. That's what they're saying for the 20th anniversary. So nobody really knows yet, but you'll be able to get that. And probably there's going to be a currency that we're going to be grinding out throughout the world event stuff that's going on for the anniversary. So perhaps this will be one of the things we can purchase right now. It hasn't been data mined just yet on how we're going to be able to get that. But this is all hitting the PTR soon, so we will know soon. Wax farming Valor Stones. This is important for prepping for Season 1. So as you guys know, we have Valor Stones, which were previously known as Flight Stones. These are part of what you use to upgrade your armor for, Season 1 gear or any other gear that you get in the game. We all know that these are capped at 2,000. Blizzard does this to prevent degeneracy because they know that WoW players have no life, and they will in fact grind shit out if allowed to grind. So they stop it from happening by putting a cap on it. Well, they underestimate the true degeneracy of WoW players because they have found a way to grind this out anyways. That's right, and it comes from the odd glob of wax. So what you can do is actually farm these odd globs of wax. Here you'll see them. They are in the what's it called? The cobalt areas found in the ringing deeps. So you can go around and find these rocks, with these purple outlines, and mine them. And when you do, you'll get these odd globs of wax. What you can do is turn these into Middles, the wax collector, down in the ringing deeps, and he will give you 10 Valor Stones for them. There is no cap on the amount of odd globs of wax that you can hold in your bags, right? So you can just keep gathering these up. So what people have done is essentially just hoarded a bunch of these wax globs in their bag and are saving them. And whenever they use some of their Valor Stones, they go turn in some more and get some more. So there you go. Some players have stacked up to over 2,000 waxes, which in turn will give you 4,000 Valor Stones. This is pure insanity. Classic degeneracy of WoW players finding ways around things. So if you're running out of things to do here as Season 1 approaches, this is a great one. Go get those wax globs, hold them in your bags. You can stack up to 999 of them, thus basically giving you an almost infinite supply of Valor Stones heading into the War Within first season. And what does the first season mean? Well, September 10th is leading to the launch of more than just the season of basically Raid and everything else. There's a lot of things coming here. So Blizzard released this tweet, which basically gives you a quick breakdown of everything that's coming. We know September 10th, we're getting the Raid opening and LFR Wing 1. We're getting the Dungeons and Mythic difficulty. We're getting Delves, Tier 4 and beyond. So right now we have up to Tier 3. We're going to get up to Tier, I think 12. But 8 is really the cap of gear that you're going to want to do. PvP opening up, new Arena and Battleground season, Rated Battlegrounds and solo queues. September 17th, we'll be getting a raid opening on Mythic difficulty, so you'll get the start there, race to world first, everything going down. Story mode of the raid, which is actually the easiest version of this. You're going to get the hardest and the easiest version of the raid opening up on September 17th. Story mode is essentially just a mode where you go through, nothing really going on besides the fact that you can solo it all the way through and just kill bosses to figure out what the story is. You really can't die probably in story mode. LFR Wing 2 will open, and then Dungeons Mythic plus difficulty. Oh, so we got Dungeons Mythic difficulty on September 10th, and then Mythic plus difficulty on September 17th. So there you go. You won't even be able to really do Mythic plus until September 17th. I didn't even realize that until now. Great Vault opens on the 17th as well, and then September 24th, LFR Wing 3 will open for anybody who's still waiting for that. Now, breaking this down further, we know the Narubar Palace normal and heroic difficulties are opening on September 10th, as we mentioned. The heroic seasonal dungeons and then facing new world bosses will also be coming up. So, Kordak, Aggregation of Horrors, Shirai, and Orda will be coming out. These are all in different zones here in the new, in the new zones in the War Within, so you'll be able to fight these world bosses. PvP season begins, and then September 17th, as we mentioned, we get Wing 2 of the LFR. Mythic Plus dungeons, again, not opening up until then. Some interesting stuff from there. Narubar Palace, real quick, just in terms of Race to World First, as I said before, September 17th will really be the kickoff for that. Mythic Plus, the dungeons we are getting, Arakara, City of Threads, the Stone Vault, the Dawnbreaker, Mists of Tyrannocyte from Shadowlands, the Necrotic Wake from Shadowlands, Siege of Borealis from Battle for Azeroth, and then Grim Batol from Cataclysm. So again, you're only getting 4 of the new dungeons. I kind of wish they just gave us all of them for the first season, since we're enjoying them so much, but we're going to have to just deal with only 4, and then a couple Shadowlands ones, so hopefully you don't have PTSD from that expansion. Seasonal rewards that you're going to want to get: Keystone Explorer, completing a Mythic Plus dungeon within the limited time during the season. Keystone Conquer, which will give you the title The Tempered, getting at least 2,000 rating in the War Within Season 1. Keystone Master, which is the one you want to get the Diamond Mecha Suit, which is a very nice looking mount that we talked about before. You attain that by getting a rating of at least 2,000 during the War Within 1 season as well. And then a Keystone Hero, which will give you, Luminous Nerubian Catalyst Stone. This is basically a change up to your tier set. It'll give you a little bit of an extra glow or something. Attain this by getting 2,500 rating during the War Within season. The end of the War Within Season 1 with a Mythic Plus rating of 0.1% gives you the Tempered Hero title. Now, this is a nice one. Obviously, you got to be top, S tier player to be able to get this. I've never gotten that. Also, there is a chance for the Reigns of the Surika Skyraiser mount by defeating Queen Ensurek in Mythic mode. We already know that. There's also a different version of this, a purple version of it, I should say, that you can get from normal or LFR, wherever. This is a random drop one that you'll be able to get on that mount. For PvP, you will be starting Season 1 of PvP Elite Transmog set. You can get all these different transmogs from PvP. It'll be a new PvP ladder, increased leveling gear, fresh rewards, new weapons and illusions, tabard, cloak, pennant, and more. Weapon illusions will be coming as well with the new season. Bloody tokens and war mode gear. Bloody tokens are now obtainable and can be used to purchase war mode gear. PvP mounts will be coming. We already know that. You'll be able to get the Gladiator Fellbat and the Vicious Skyflayer by earning the Forged Combatant achievement. And then, of course, there's many, many titles to be had for your PvP. I can't wait for Time Walking. Yeah, the classic Time Walking dungeons, those are going to be great. Battleground Blitz title rewards will be coming as well. You already know that. Season 1 PvP Pennant, Tabard, and Cloak for the Forged Gladiator Tabard here. Gladiator's Prestigious Cloak. You can earn these by getting certain rankings, Elite and Duelist here. Forged Legend Pennant by getting the War Within Season 1 achievement or Strategist. Okay. Unbound Legends Pennant. Earn this achievement from the Solo Shuffle. That's a tongue twister right there. This pennant is earnable by starting with Season 1, but not obtainable for all expansions. Okay, and then the Underground Strategist Pennant. Earn this achievement within Battleground Bits Medic, the War Within achievement. So there you go. And then last but not least here, Delves. Delves are going to be, again, is a big part of the vault that we talked about before. Here's a list of the awards that you can get before the start of Season 2. You're going to want to get these. These will go away just like, your Mythic Plus titles and everything else. Nemesis. Defeat Zekvir in his lair before the release of the next season. Zekvir, the Raptorial Spine, is your reward. This is a nice little back cloak. Hunting the Hunter. Defeat Zekvir in his lair on Tier 5 before the release of the next season. Now, if you don't know, Zekvir is this end boss that you can do in Delving. And then Let Me Solo Him. Defeat Zekvir in his lair on Tier 5 without any other players in your party before the release of the next season of Delves, and you get the Delver's Dirigible Void mount customizations. This is a Void one that we've seen before. Again, this defeating Zekvir thing has been compared to the Mage Tower and everything, so it's going to be challenging. Blizzard has said that players probably won't be able to do it early on, but as we get more and more geared out, you'll be able to get this done, and you're going to want to get it done before the end of the season because it looks like these rewards are going to go away. The last thing I'm going to talk about here, and I will link this below the video and in chat here, is there are a ton, and I mean a ton, of class adjustments going down. And I'm not just talking about for Dracthyr getting their new classes. I mean, I could scroll through this. These patch notes are absolutely insane, but there is a lot of rebalancing, reworking, and every single class is included in here. There is nobody who's just getting by without a nerf or a buff. And if I wanted to go through all of these on this news segment here, we'd be here for the next couple hours. So there's a ton of stuff. I'm going to link these articles in the chat. You can check out your specific class. Also, link will be down below in the video, and see whether or not you ended up on the good side or the bad side of these changes, because some people are getting epic nerfs and some are getting major buffs. So check these out when you can. This kind of flew under the radar. Blizzard didn't really talk about all this class balancing and reworking, but there is a lot coming out in 11.0.5.